YouTube, what's happening? Fists of Legend here. I want to do a quick video comparing 3 of the most popular gun brands on the market today. Just to clarify, I did not say the 3 most popular. I said 3 of the most popular. And these are non-1911 body styles. Comparing a non-1911 with a 1911 is like comparing apples to oranges, in my opinion. So right off the bat, let's get it started. We have the Glock 20, chambered in 10mm. Full-size pistol. These guns have all been safety checked. This is an amazing weapon. I'm a huge fan of the Glock, always have been. I own a lot. I'll continue to own a lot. They're great guns. For reference purposes, I will say I have a large hand. I wear an extra large glove. So this is relative to my experience with these guns. Again, all full-size pistols. For me, the only problem I have with the Glock ergonomically is the way they've made the trigger guard right here, where it goes into the front of the grip. You'll notice that it's a very shallow and sudden curve right in there. And then this being the 3rd generation Glock, they have machined in the grooves in the front of the grip. So that gives me a little bit of problem compared to some of the older generations. Alright, right off the bat you'll see my finger doesn't fit in this groove. So I get discomfort right on that knuckle right away, right when I grab it. Like I said, I got a lot of Glocks. Some of them, if I shoot too much, my finger will actually swell up right in here. Okay, not enough to make me run away from the gun, but it is an issue. I mean, when I grip it, I feel it. What I've done to alleviate that is put on a Hogue grip, and I've pulled it all the way down to the base of the grip. Alright, so it's not lined up. You should pull it up so the grooves in the grip and the grooves in the gun all line up, and you'll see right in here. Because I've pulled it down, it doesn't line up. What this does for me is give these 2 fingers a little more elevation and give me a little bit more room right in here. Okay, but even then you'll see my finger's not fitting in that groove. Okay, it's definitely better with the whole grip on it than without. And like I said, I'm a huge fan, so I just deal with it. Just my observations. As far as actuating the controls on the Glock, very easy. Glock is known for its low profile and small slide release. Not an issue. I don't use this for a carry weapon. If I did have this as a carry weapon, which I actually do use the Glock for, I carry the Glock 30. An extended slide release is advised, especially for stressful situations. Alright. Good placement. And if this is a problem, like I said, you replace it. Great weapon. Only problem I have is right here. Trigger guard. No horn in the back. This is a striker fired weapon, no hammer, so not necessary and not an issue. Very, very subtle curve on the back strap. Great gun all around. For me, just a problem right here in trigger guard. We compare that with another full-size pistol, the Beretta 92 FS. Constant questions and comparisons I see online about this, Beretta versus Glock. Constant, all over the place. In my hand, this is a superior fit in my hand than that of the Glock. And right away you'll see this deep, very sizable trigger guard swelling back into no finger grooves machined into the front of the grip. Compared with that of the Glock. Huge difference, right? Deep bow, gradual curve versus a straight cut with a pretty sudden shallow curve. Alright. So right away, this is instantly comfortable in my hands. My fingers have freedom of purchase. They're not hemmed into a certain little area with the finger grooves. And with this deep curve, very comfortable for my finger. It just lays in there, okay? Compared with that of the Glock. I mean, you can see a difference. Much more exaggerated horn because this is a hammer-fired weapon. And a more exaggerated S-curve in the back strap. Forms nicely in the palm. Feels really amazing in the hand. Great weight on this gun too. It is a stainless steel gun, so substantially more weight. As far as actuating the controls, very, very accessible on the Beretta. Okay. You'll notice huge difference in construction of the slide release. The actual part that you touch on your thumb, not much different than that of the Glock. However, you look at the profile and it sticks out where the Glock is flat. And then of course the huge lever that is on, so makes a big difference. Right in the meat of the thumb. Great. I'm not going to talk about shooting these weapons. They're all different calibers. I'm not going to get into the recoil thing. But I will say about the Beretta, I have to be a little bit careful and remember to keep my thumbs below the slide. I shoot with both my fingers forward, and due to the shallow frame and the deep slide due to the open barrel construction, if I'm not paying attention, my thumbs will be up on the slide, and when I have fired my last round, my thumbs will actually impede the movement of the slide locking back, and it won't. So I have to remember to keep my thumbs down. I don't know if anybody else runs into that with the Beretta, but all around great gun. Again, you'll notice the difference in the trigger as well. A little more curve. Very shallow trigger with the Glock. I do hear some people complain about the Glock trigger. It's not a problem for me. But some people prefer it's more ergonomically constructed trigger wrapping around the pad. Great weapon. Lastly, in this comparison, we look at the Sig P226. This is the tactical operations, chambered in .40 Smith & Wesson, the newest generation of the P226 Blackwater, which is now discontinued. And I have to say, in my hands, this is the superior weapon of all the guns I've ever held in my hand. And I haven't held all of them, but I've held a lot. This is amazing in my hand. It feels like it was made for my particular hand. Right away, you'll notice the deep S curve in the back strap. Even more so than that of the Beretta. And the more pronounced aggressive horn in the back. Alright. Trigger guard doesn't have the deep bowl that the Beretta does. It's more similar in the front of the trigger guard to that of the Glock. More of a straight construction. But you notice where it breaks away to make its curve into the front of the grip. It's very gradual. Okay, right in here. Okay. And no finger cutouts in the front of the grip. This gun feels amazing. It's got a longer grip than the other two. Nice, heavy, chunky weight. This gun feels amazing in my hand. As far as actuating the controls, very, very accessible. Very accessible. Okay. Now, the decocker on this gun is about in the same place that the slide release is on the Glock in comparison to the magazine release. Decocker here, slide release here, and the same with the Beretta. Magazine release, slide release, magazine release, decocker. And I really like that. Okay, so my whole thumb has something for purchase for the slide release. Great construction, very well thought out. These are all great guns. And these are just my observations, my personal experience. Nothing compares to going to a gun store and feeling what a gun feels like in each individual's hand. There's lots of information about there, but everyone's going to be different. Alright, these are all great firearms, and I highly recommend all three of them. There's a lot of great guns out there, but these are definitely, arguably, three at the top of the food chain. Alright YouTube, I hope that was helpful. Be safe. God bless.